Hi, welcome to my channel. Do you always wonder how giant man-made objects are flying in the sky? Airplanes fly because they can generate a force called lift, which normally moves the airplane upward. Lift is generated by the forward motion of the airplane through the air. This motion is produced by the thrust of the engines. Any object on the Earth will have a force called weight, which is caused by the acceleration due to gravity, g. The weight of the airplane will pull down the airplane. So, if we want to lift the plane to the sky, we need to generate the lift force, which needs to be greater than the weight force. To make it stay in the air, then it means there is no net force on them, and with no net force, an object at rest stays at rest, and an object in motion keeps staying in that constant motion. This is known as Newton's first law of motion. As I said, the gravity pulls down the plane including the passengers and the baggage, and every single air molecule that is going through the engine or collides with the fuselage or wings pushes on the plane as well. The weight of the airplane will pull down the airplane. So, if we want to lift the plane to the sky, we need to generate the lift force, which needs to be greater than the weight force. However, if all these forces are well balanced, then the air molecules push the plane up enough to counteract the gravity. Then the plane stays up. Getting air molecules to push the plane up is the vital part of flying. This can be achieved by the wings or engine by making sure the bottoms of the wings crash into more air molecules more aggressively than the upper sides of the wings. When a plane is parked on the ground, air molecules bounce off the wing's top and bottom in equal amounts or with equal pressure. It means no lift. But in motion, the aerodynamics of the wings and their slightly inclined angle make the bottom's area smash into more air molecules, so the pressure on the bottom of the wing goes up. Moreover, fewer air molecules now strike the top of the wing, and those that do strike it less forcefully, relatively. Because it is being shielded by its own forward motion and partly because a curving stream of air has lower pressure on the inside of the curve since the molecules get thrown centripetally to the outside. But whatever the reasons, the pressure on the top of the wing will be lesser than the bottom of the wing. So, low pressure on the top plus high pressure on the bottom, and the plane has lifted. And if the pressure or the force imbalance is big enough, it can lift the plane into the air against gravity. Now, all this crashing into air molecules to lift the plane also pushes to slow the plane down, which it would, if not for engines. Engines also push air, either via a propeller, or a jet driving a propeller. For various reasons, it turns out that you want to have a really big propeller driven by a really small jet for the most efficient engine. But even in inefficient engines, the spinning fan blades get their horizontal lift, which we call thrust, by moving quickly through the air with a curved shape and a slightly inclined angle. They are essentially many wings, and so, an airplane is essentially a meta-wing. It flies by moving many wings fast enough to push air molecules backward, which moves the plane forward fast enough that its big wings push air molecules down.